Hi, I'm Zoe and I'm going to talk to you about English language at University of Reading.
And I'm Chloe and I'm going to talk to you about English literature at the University of Reading.
And we're going to talk about our experiences and how we feel about everything.
I enjoyed the wide range of texts and the critical approaches, so texts that I'd never studied before, authors that I'd never even heard of before, critical approaches that I'd never heard of before. I kind of only thought there was one way of reading a text when I was at A-level, and you did it to kind of tick a box and then get an essay done. Whereas at university it's a lot more about experiencing the text in different ways, and you get different opinions, and there is really no wrong answer if it's your opinion, which I found really kind of exciting and new.
Okay, and with English language I really like being in control of my own education, so I really liked having the opportunity to explore different optional modules such as child language acquisition or language and gender, which are things that are developed from A-level, and yeah.
And also the fact that the academics are so obviously enthused by and passionate about the subjects that they teach, so you know that you're being taught by people who are really enthusiastic and they're researching and they're at the forefront of everything they teach you, so obviously some of that enthusiasm rubs off on you even if you've not experienced it before, or it's a subject that you thought you weren't going to enjoy, you can't help but feel kind of passionate about it because of them.
Yeah, and I'm going to second that, because in the first year you can have the opportunity to do optional modules from other subjects, so I did one in criminology for example, and you could definitely tell that the lecturers are really enjoying what they're teaching you, and that's across the whole university from my experience.
Yeah, English literature is just developed basically because it becomes much more in-depth and it's more personal in terms of your freedom of opinion. So like I was saying, you don't have to just read it in one way and kind of have a set response to it. You kind of read it and you think, what is my opinion of this? What do I think the author meant? What do I think the author might have been trying to avoid saying, but it's kind of present in the text anyway. So it becomes a lot more in-depth. You can kind of get a lot more bizarre readings of things as well, like it gets quite allegorical, quite metaphorical, and it's really weird at times, which is brilliant. And the mark scheme kind of, whereas at A-level it is just meeting requirements and AO this and AO that, whereas at university it's about the strength of your opinion and the way that you convey an argument and an opinion as well. So I think that's really important because it's such a step up from A-level in that way, but it's not daunting, it's it gives you more freedom.
And the last point is exactly the same for English language as well. I'm just going to point that out. In terms of English language developing from A-level, if you've done solely English language at A-level, then you're going to develop your child language acquisition if you've done that, language and gender if you've done that, language change and variation, all the things you've already touched upon will be retouched upon in your first year, and that's just to bring everyone up to speed with the same sort of things. But then in second and third year you can specialise in these a lot more. But there's also a load of other modules that you can take, such as psycholinguistics and things that you haven't touched upon yet, so it's really broad and really good with that. So there's a lot of contact hours at A-level, whereas you won't feel that at university, but that's because you have to go and do the reading behind the scenes so that before you've come to your lecture you're prepared, you know what the lecture's about, you've looked at the slides and you've done the recommended reading. So that's a big step up. You can't just go and buy yourself a revision guide and learn it cover to cover, you have to go out there and learn what's currently happening and what people are currently saying about it. So
yeah, I found that it was actually less scary than expected when it comes to the academic side of university. Seminars are very friendly small groups, so you just sit down and you discuss it, and it can feel kind of like quite informal and laid back. Even though if your first seminar you don't want to say something, I would say just say anything, an opinion, anything, and people will bounce off it, and everyone will be really glad that you've started the ball rolling as well. So yeah, and the lectures as well are quite, like I was saying, they're run by people who are enthusiastic and leading researchers in their subject, so you feed off of the lectures and then you bring it up in seminars, and it's a lot more personal and friendly. And yeah, it's a lot less scary than it sounds.
Definitely. I enjoy being at Reading because it's a massive green campus. There's so many trees. There's some random fact about us having the most amount of trees a university has in the UK or something. It's just big and green, and you're not bombarded with buildings everywhere, even though it's a campus university. So it's great that we have this much space and this much greenery, and we've got a lake, and we've got various forests all over the place, but at the same time we're really grateful because we have the biggest nightclub in Reading on campus, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, it was really good.
I was going to say exactly the same about the fact that it's a beautiful campus with a beautiful lake, and you can literally just sit out in the summer and read a book in like the most beautiful surroundings. So yeah, definitely second that. Also the fact that it's such a friendly department where the staff treat you like adults as well, like that's definitely a step up from A-level, where you don't get treated like a child who's there to learn and then go home and do your homework. You're treated as somebody who wants to be there and you're kind of contributing and you're valued. And the fact there's such a huge range of modules as well, that kind of contributes to that as well, because you're not feeling like you're following a prescribed kind of way of learning, you're just picking things that are interesting to you. So yeah, the fact that we have a really nice campus and the fact that everybody is really respectful and you feel valued is why I love being at Reading.
Yeah, come to Reading.
English Society, I joined that, and then I didn't even go to that many of the meetings because you just get to know everyone, like from lectures, and then third years, you know, they're just around and they've done it before you, so you meet them and you socialise, but you don't have to stay within a society, so you kind of I find societies are more like a springboard for making your more informal friends. And also I made quite a lot of friends in halls because we were just all in the same boat. Nobody knew each other. We were all very awkward and we were all like trying to be really cool, and none of us were that cool, and we're still not, but we get on really well and it's lovely, and yeah, it's so easy to make friends, especially in freshers.
Yeah, I didn't join any societies because I'm sad. I did join English, but it's mostly English literature based, so us English languages didn't really feel involved, but we got to know each other through our course. And obviously there was living in halls as well, so I got to know people through that.
Oh, I've still got a year to go, so I'm still thinking about how I'm going to get a really, really, really good dissertation done. That is my priority. And then after that, I'm thinking about doing a master's, so depending on how the dissertation goes, depends on whether I'm sick of uni or not. I'm hoping not. And then I want to do, a master's, and then who knows what will happen after that, but it will be something really fun. So.
I'm doing a PGCE course, so I'm teacher training for a year afterwards, and I've got that all sorted. Yeah, I'm going to teach secondary English, so hopefully that'll go well.